So this is SP number 5, and I decided to watch an episode of Dora the Explorer. So first I'm going to tell you what I think from the viewpoint of a child. So hi, I'm a 4-year-old and I love Dora the Explorer. I always ask my mom and dad if I can watch it because it's so much fun and I always get to answer her questions and tell her where to go. I also learned Spanish words, like I know that hola means hi and adios means bye, and I could tell you a few numbers in Spanish. The one animal I don't like is Swiper because he steals, but now I know that stealing is bad and that if I stick up for myself, the bad guy won't take anything from me. After I watch Dora, I always want to go outside and play and look for different things in the backyard because that's what Dora does. My mom likes that I want to go outside instead of staying inside. And I also get to sing all the songs along with her, and it helps me remember different things that I can learn, which makes me really excited. I'm the parent of a 4-year-old daughter, and I rarely let her watch TV, but when I do, Dora the Explorer is one of the shows that I'll put on for her. I believe that Dora has a lot more educational value to it than other shows that are aimed at this age group for children. One of the things that I really enjoy is that it promotes reading, and the show usually begins with the characters having a story time. And this has really rubbed off on my daughter and has gotten her excited about reading, which is extremely important to this developmental period. And I also think that Dora is a great role model for my daughter. She's always positive and she has a can-do attitude, which boosts self-esteem in children. I think it's wonderful that there's a character out here like Dora. She's different than other characters on other shows, which seem to revolve around makeup and Mean Girls or shopping, fashion, and even princesses. And I think that this gives kids an image of reality that isn't actually real. Instead, Dora the Explorer concentrates on facing obstacles, exploring an adventure. I also think that this relates to gender roles. So even children at this age, this young, think that boys are the ones who like to adventure and explore, whereas in this show, Dora shows that girls can do this too. Lastly, I love that there's Spanish incorporated in it. My daughter is constantly learning new words and introducing her to new culture because of the incorporation of the different languages, or the different language, music, holidays, and animals of the Spanish culture. So as a preschool teacher, I think that this show is great for preschool age children. Children at this stage need a lot of, or at this age need a lot of stimulation, and I think that this show caters to that. The colors are extremely bright, and there are different sounds and music playing throughout the show, keeping children's attentions. Dora the Explorer also helps kids to differentiate between shapes and sizes, which is great for problem solving during the show and in outside play. I also really enjoy how this show involves a lot of different learning styles. For example, for kinesthetic learning, Dora always gets the kids to stand up, move around, and dance. For verbal learners, there's so much repetition in the show, and that really helps with memory, both with English and Spanish words. It's also very visual. For example, they bring the map to life and show the obstacles one at a time with pictures and effects, which is really helpful for children who have all different learning styles. So as a child development major, I do think that Dora the Explorer is a good show to show children and does have educational value to it. First off, after taking multicultural psychology, I'm extremely interested in other cultures, and I'm so happy that there's a show out there like this where the character is a different ethnicity other than white, because we don't really see that nowadays. And also after doing research in Tech Lab, I've read articles that talk about how children exposed to shows that have characters other than like the white race have more positive images of other ethnicities. So I think that having a show like this on TV helps to instill this in kids today, especially because we do live in such a diverse country, and it is important that they have these positive images of other cultures and ethnicities. Other than this, I really like how interactive the show is. It asks kids their opinions and asks them questions. It also tells them to move up, or to stand up and move around and dance, so kids aren't just staring at a screen for 30 minutes, but they're being involved and they're stimulated a majority of the time, and this gets them thinking. Although there are many good things about this show, of course, there's always both positive and negatives to like all shows on TV, and I can see how this show can get boring for some children because there is so much repetition and the plot is pretty simple. She always goes to 3 different places in order to reach her final destination, and every single time she always gets through all the obstacles and always makes it to the end. So I can see how the show can get boring to kids because they may be able to predict what is going to happen. But overall, I do think that this show, as a child development major, does have educational value to it and promotes like different cultures, so positive images of different cultures, problem solving, different learning styles, things like that. So I do think that it's good.